All right, I think we are ready to get started. So, first of all, greatly appreciate everybody's time. I know, obviously, this is kind of the best time of the year for everybody within our industry. We always wait year round for January and January to hit, and I understand up in the Northeast, especially, just being bombarded with tons of snow and weather. And just so you all know, I'm living in Florida right now, and we had 33-degree temperature, and I did not sign up for this in Florida. I expected it to be much better. So as far as much warmer. But what we'd love to do is take the opportunity today to just go over a few bells and whistles that some of you may not be familiar with on how to really, again, as my title slide says, maximize your potential with dotFIT. So to get started, oh, and by the way, I plan on going for about 25, 30 minutes tops. And then I've got a special guest speaker, and he'll have a couple parting words to say at the very end of this presentation, along with a few other really great things that we have going on with dotFIT to present to you in 2018. Okay, and I'm sorry, my name is Rob. I'm with dotFIT. I've met most of you, but if anybody I haven't met yet, just want to say hello again, and thank you so much for taking your time on a early January weekend to get started and start right. Okay, so hopefully, again, on the left-hand side, you can all see my actual program, which I've got with my phone, so I've got in hand. On the right-hand side, I've got this PowerPoint presentation, and I will make sure all of you have my email address. If anybody wants the presentation, I am more than happy to email it out to you afterwards. But the first thing that I'd like to do and go through is just say, what can we do to expand our clientele and the amount of people that we can affect with our dotFIT program? So many of you work in health clubs, studios, boxes. Some of you are independent trainers working out of different homes. And again, client referrals are gold to us, and we know that. But we got to say, what can we do to further our outreach as much as possible? So besides the people that we might be in front of on a day-by-day basis, I want to make something that maybe some of you are not aware that we do have accessible, and it's this link right up here, little share link, and we actually call it our supplement screener. So I'm going to click on that link right now, and if you all see, it automatically comes up. And what I want you to take note of, if you would, is right here, they call this a bit.ly link. Nothing behind that. But each one of you on this call that has a trainer account, you all have your own individualized bit.ly link that will lead back to your own program. No matter which club you might be working for, or if you're an independent trainer, this will be tied back to you. So hypothetically, I might meet somebody out at the grocery store, and it might be an old friend that I haven't talked to in quite a long time. And as usual, I know a lot of you run into this, but all of a sudden your friend says, gee, what do you do? And I say, I'm a personal trainer. And they say, you know what? I want to lose this. What do I need to do? And we start talking about how we can help them. Well, you know what? Right here, I can pull out my phone, immediately click on that link, and then all I have to do is come right down and I can enter in their email address. So just to show you really quickly, if I go ahead and type in my Gmail account, and to show you exactly what this looks like, but I can go robertretman@gmail.com. And then I have the ability to individualize my message, which I'm going to show you guys on the PowerPoint presentation, but I'm going to click send right now. And when I click send, you guys will see the little green mail sent. And then what happens is that person gets that email, right? Now, just for the sake of time and the sake of technology and everything else, I'm just going to open up my different folder because this was one that I had sent to me a little bit earlier today to make sure that everything is working just great. And if you can all see this, this just shows that my trainer, Rob Retman, has shared the supplement screener with you. All I have to do is click on the link to be redirected to this page. So all I do, everybody, is I click on the link, and it will automatically open up for me my own very small condensed program that looks just like this. Now, work with me here for just a moment because I'm trying to be the trainer and the client. But right now, since I'm already logged into my program, this is why it's saying, congratulations, Rob Retman, you did it. So watch this. Let me log out of my program. And when I go back, and this time, click on my bit.ly link right here. Let me go back. And if I was brand new and I had never had a program designed before, what it'll do is it'll come up and it'll show just like this, because obviously I don't have an account yet. So again, I'm that friend in the grocery store that says, okay, great. Now all I have to do is choose my goal, right? And a lot of you have seen the program before where we have the ability for losing weight, building muscle. We have Neil's coined improve health and play span. And again, if you've never heard that, what that really means is we look at and we go, we're living longer than ever before and our lifespan is greater. But unfortunately, most of us can't do what we want to do in those latter years. So like Neil says, I want to play as long as I can. So how can I enhance my play span? And then we also have 3 different goals that have to do with enhancing performance while either losing weight, building muscle, or enhancing performance. If you guys don't mind, I'm probably like most of your clients, I want to lose weight. So I'm going to click lose weight. Super fast questionnaire. See the condensed version there compared to the full program. I hit next. A couple questions just to individualize for me. I'm going to be the typical client and I go ahead and I hit next. And then right here, this is what I want you all to see. My trainer is Rob Rettman. And of course, if you belong to a club, it would have your club right there versus if you're an independent trainer, just like I am out of the dotFIT employee club, it's right there. I just fill out my information and now all of a sudden I am going to be a client underneath you in your program. As simple as that. And then I can go ahead and do anything that I want to do as far as when it comes time for purchasing any products, anything else that I would like to do. Okay, so the bit.ly link again is very, very simple that you can email to anybody. So if you take note here on the right-hand side with my PowerPoint presentation. Now, I hope you can see this, and if not, I apologize, but I'll read it to you. I took the time because I had more time when we weren't doing this live in front of me doing it in front of you, but I had actually typed out in that message, your trainer, Rob Rettman, has shared the supplement screener with you. I recommend the Active Multivitamin, Blue Raspberry Amino Boost, and the Super Omega. So you can personalize this message to anything you want. That way, again, if I'm that friend and I don't know what to get because there's a lot of variation, you can tell the person exactly what it is. They can go to the store and they can, again, create the account and go ahead and purchase their products, and you will get all the credit being online. Okay? Now, with that, again, I just have a few screenshots. Again, for any of you, I want you to see that, again, it's always tied back to you. And then look at this for me, if you would. I made sure that I made a purchase from my new customer account to my trainer account. Sorry for the confusion. But look at this here. I got this email basically saying, as the trainer, that my member, Rob Rettman, has placed an online order. And I wound up purchasing the omega-3 at that time just to be able to show you that I get that directly to my email. So again, you guys as trainers have all the accountability where you can see when your client goes ahead and logs in, because I can check under my member list, as well as anytime they place an order, bam, I get an email that's sent right to me. Okay? Now, the next thing that I want to show you is going to be this. How can we take this even further? We have a great young lady out of Reno, Nevada. She works for UFC Gym. She's a fitness competitor doing amazing too at a super young age. Her name is Hope Harper, and I want to show you live what Hope has actually done with this too. So I've got the screenshot, but I'll show you live right here. When I go over and I pull up Instagram, here's Hope's page. Now, can you all see? She's got whole bunch of information, but then she has dotFIT website and she put her own bit.ly link right in there. So if I click on that live, and when I click on it, I'm going to say follow the link. I'm leaving Instagram, thank you. And now all of a sudden, I hope this looks familiar. It is individualized to the club because she happens to work with UFC Gym. And then again, I'm not logged in this time. So it just takes me right to making an account. And after I fill out a couple very short questions, all I have to do now is go right into the products that I like. And again, I've seen Hope. She's been doing the Instagram stories where she's been showing everybody how much she takes. I've checked on her sales. She has a couple $100 worth of people already purchasing product under her from just starting to do that for about the last week and a half. So congratulations, Hope. Again, you're doing phenomenal with that. And again, we just want to show you guys how can you keep expanding more and more what you can do out there and your reach. And especially with social media, so many of you out there that I have the pleasure of knowing and having to be friends with on Facebook, and I see all the great things that you all post. But again, might as well go ahead and advertise what you can do for people and how you can help them, especially with the best products and services that there are to offer out there. Okay, so again, I've got this for your PowerPoint, so you'll be able to see that. Now, the next thing I'd like to show you, we've actually had quite a few questions about this, which is a lot more of the workout category. Now, if I can preface this very quickly, a lot of you that are independent trainers that I get to talk with, many of you actually train virtually. A lot of you send workouts out to your clients. Some of you are doing it live, and then there's an integration. Now, I work with a lot of you as well in the health club environment in studios. And what I've seen happen, and I'm sure you noticed this as well, is the EFT model of personal training has become more popular than ever before. And just to quantify that, for the years that I was in the health clubs, we used to only sell packages, right? So I might purchase a 25-session package of personal training. It was X amount of dollars. By the time I'm down to my last 3 sessions, I'm talking to my client about renewing, and this way we can get them started on their next package. Well, nowadays, as a lot of you experience, the EFT model is something where we can bill monthly, and most often than not, the presentation goes something like this. We have the ability to train 3 times a week, 2 times a week, or 1 time a week. Which one is going to work best for you? Or we just prescribe for them and we can work with that. Well, what I find is the penetration rate within personal training has definitely increased. We've gotten to be able to touch many more members because a lot of times they can afford it that much more as well. But what I've also seen is many clients aren't training as often. So whenever I get a chance to do a live workshop with you all, I always ask and I say, what's the average number of times you see a client one-on-one? And most times I hear between 1 to 2 times a week. So then I say, how about this? Do you ever give your clients, let's say, a session on their own that's kind of their homework? And most times people say yes. And so many of you out there also integrate small group training and other types of group exercise classes, which are awesome. But a lot of times you still need them to do something on their own. So here's what we can do about that. All right. All I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on my workouts. As you can see, I've got it highlighted in red, but I'm going to do it live right over here, my workouts button. Now, within the workouts button, you have a few options. You actually have many more than a few. But what I want to draw your attention to is first, I have the ability to come down here and click on this plus sign, which now can help me with the workout builder. And I can choose between cardio, walking, strength and conditioning programs. If I click on strength and conditioning as an example, I can go ahead and answer a few questions. Questions such as, name the program. What type of program is this? What's the time frame of the session itself? How often do I want the session to change? How long do I want this program to last? I can keep coming down here as well. What equipment do I have available? And heck, we even have a movement assessment that I can do too. When I complete all those questions with the right answers, the program will then go ahead and auto-create something really cool that's going to include flexibility, some core, some balance, reactive training, your strength training, the whole thing. Now, you can go ahead and customize it from there. You can swap out exercises and everything else. But with the majority of personal trainers that I've always worked with, a lot of times people have just said, you know what, I want to just write my program from scratch. So here's what I wind up doing. This is what I really wanted to highlight with you all today. If I come over here to custom workouts, and I'm going to click on that, I now have the ability to build any workout from scratch by simply dragging and dropping, or to be real, hitting a plus sign and adding exercises at any level at which I would like to. So here's just some sample ones that I've done. And I know everybody's dying to do like Kevin's Get Huge program, if you guys can see that. But to create a new one, I'm going to hit the blue plus sign right here. When I hit the blue plus sign, I can name the program. So this might have been my wife's program, Victoria Retman, January 5th, 2018, hypothetically. And again, I could have changed and put in what the emphasis of the program is. Now, just so you all know, based on the title of what I choose, that will go ahead and give that program a certain variety of acute variables. Like what's the repetition range, what's the sets, that type of thing. Okay, but I always say, is there any other workout besides muscle gain? I don't think so. So we could do muscle gain, and this could be my kettlebell workout. And now I'm going to save that. Now, when I hit save, this is going to go ahead and bring me right over to my library of exercises, which hopefully you can see here on the left-hand corner. I've got a ton of different things to choose from. Now, up here between flexibility, core balance, reactive, SAQ, total body all the way down to legs is a lot of the traditional gym exercises, right? Bench press, dumbbell presses, curls, all those things. And we use so much of them as well, right? And again, just so you understand, I'm a guy, so let's choose chest. We break these down into the old NASM terminology of stabilization, strength, and power. And just knowing stabilization really just means controlled, unstable. So what can I do to challenge more of your internal balance systems by giving you something that's less stable so your body has to acclimate? Strength is going to be more of a stable environment where now you've built the stability, so now you can usually use more external load or stability because I'm not worried about things like your rotator cuff or others because you've built the time. Power is going to represent speed, okay? So I go with strength, and let's just say I'm going to do a regular dumbbell chest press, and we have a choice here between chest press and dumbbell flies. I hit dumbbell chest press, all right? Now, what we just added in December, hope you guys like this. I've heard a lot from you in the field as well myself that we need more variation, and we are going to add it. But we spend a lot of time, and first, we have a whole gamut here of TRX exercises. So when I go ahead and click on upper body, we've got a variety of chest exercises, back exercises, arm exercises. I'm just going to open them all just so you guys can see the variety here between squats, lunges, and even more hamstring glutes. So I'm going to do a TRX with rotation. Okay, so I'm going to add that to my program. By the way, just so you can tell, whenever you're using the phone on this page, I can't scroll down any further on the exercises in the middle of the screen. The reason why is because the dumbbell chest press is actually an active screen. So if I click on it, I now have the ability to see things such as a short video clip, the acute variables, and everything else. But if I hit the X, in this screen particularly, I can't go in the middle to scroll. I just have to go to the side. Okay, so hopefully you guys can all see that while I do that. But take a look here, a real good friend of ours from Everybody Fitness. Her name is Stephanie House. Greatly appreciate. She was my wonderful model for all of our TRX exercises as well as our Bosu ball exercises. So there's tons of things that you can give people. All right, and if you notice right here, when I first started off, it's one set. The reps aren't there at the moment. So all I have to do when I'm assigning this is hit my little pencil icon. And now I can say, you know what? I wanted 2 sets and I wanted to do 10 repetitions of that exercise. And I hit save. So now I can go ahead as I look down and I'll see exactly the 2 sets and the 10 reps for the assignment of this exercise. So let me go back up. Bosu ball, tons of stuff here as well. We really maybe even went overboard, but I hope you know we would rather overdo it than underdo it on anything and everything that we can ever provide for you all, especially with all the great variations that are out there of so many exercises. So again, just so you can see in a nutshell, those are all the Bosu ball exercises that we added. And then last but not least, at least for our brand new ones, is our kettlebell exercises. Now with the kettlebell exercises, we've got swings, cleans, a great one I always loved, which was called figure eights. I'm going to add the figure 8 with a lunge. I always had a real fun with that one. Get up, sit-ups, some snatches, the old halo, and then of course I think most people's favorite one, the Turkish get up. So again, when I come down here, I can see anything that I've added and make it real simple. So for instance, here's that figure 8 with a lunge. Let me play the video. And unfortunately, you have to see some bald fat guy doing all these exercises. And again, I can challenge and change the acute variables because I can say I wanted to do 10 repetitions here and I wanted to do 2 sets there. We're going to save that. All right. So just for the sake of our webinar at the moment, this might be this workout: dumbbell chest press, TRX reach with rotation, figure 8s with a lunge, and a Turkish get up. Just go with me for now. Now, here's the thing. How can we maximize the system? So if I want to send this to a client, it's as easy as this, everybody. I come over here to my share button, which is right there. And all I'm going to do is click share. And now all my clients come up. So I've got some people in here, some friends, but I'm going to send this, if you guys don't mind, to basically a fake account of mine. All right. I'm going to click on Rob R. I think you guys can all see that, hopefully. When I then come down here and hit next, it's going to ask me to select what days or day. All right. Now, what I have to do here is I'm going to select this to be done on Monday. All right. I want it to be done for 4 weeks because it's going to be a 4-week program. And I want it to start on Monday the 8th. Is everybody good with that? I hope so. Now, here's a little glitch, but something we're working on, but here's a follow through. If I wanted Rob R to do this Monday and Wednesday, at the moment, I can't designate more than 1 day with this creative program unless, I just sent it to him, by the way, unless I add another day here with day 2, which I would then have to add all those exercises again. So all I want to do is this, everybody. Please follow me on this if you would. When I go back to day 1 and I want this to be done on Monday and Wednesday, I just shared it to Monday. Let me share it to Wednesday as well. And really soon, I'm talking within hopefully a week or 2 tops, we'll get it fixed that you can even copy days in a row so you don't have to do this extra step. So I'm going to hit Rob R. I want to share it to next. This time I'm going to say Wednesday for 4 weeks. And again, if we're doing Monday the 8th, then I'm going to start it on Wednesday the 10th and hit next. I hope you guys are following me okay. Now, as we did that, I will go ahead, let me make sure that process, it did. We'll go ahead and come off of there. Now, how do I know it's there without even having to log in, log out, everything else? Let me show you. I'm going to come up here to my hamburger icon and the 3 horizontal lines. I'm going to come down to administration and members. So again, I could do this from my phone as you guys all see me, and I could be doing this in the club, at home, anywhere that I need to go. One more quick time of logging in. You'll see all my members come up. We're going to come down here to the very last one, which is my fake Rob R account. I'm going to click this last icon because this is going to show me the back end of that client's program. When I click on that, I am then going to have 2 different ways here of being able to see what's going on. First, as I scroll down, you will all see this daily summary snapshot. So one of the biggest things that we got from everybody was, I don't want to have to log out of my program to see my client's program and their information, which was a great desire and want and need. So we were able to do that last year. So now, please work with me here for a second because this is a fake client of mine. Means I haven't logged anything in this fake account. That's why it's all zeros. But this is a window looking right in live at that person. Okay. Now, if I want to say, let me make sure that workout that I sent them is actually there. Take a look at this. I can come down here to this blue Manage Client Proxy As. I click on that. It says it's going to log you out of yours and log into theirs. Is that okay? I say yes. I'm going to show you guys, though, after we do this, how easy it is to get back into yours. You don't have to re-log in. Now, will you guys all notice the R in the top right-hand corner versus my old one? We can't take a call right now. But now we're out of me personally, my program. Instead, we are now involved in my client's program. So take a look. I'm going to click on the workouts button, which is right here. So this is my client. And if you guys all look right down here, we've got our Monday program right here, which was our kettlebells. I'm going to click on that. And now I've got that chest press, the TRX reach with rotation, the figure eights, and the Turkish getup. So now I can actually train my client face to face with the program, or they can do it too. But check this out. Many times in the clubs, I always found that we would ask our trainers, when I was involved in a great club chain, that we wanted you to write out every program before they came in, so that way you had a nice clean plan. And hey, if anything changes right on the fly, go ahead and rearrange it. It's all good. But you want to document it. But then what we had happen was I save every program because we want to do that. Legal reasons, also for progression, regression. But after a while, every trainer had this huge 3-ring binder of programs. A lot of times it became very, very messy. And if I ever had a trainer leave and I had to now take a certain amount of programs, give to a new trainer, sometimes that was a challenge. So now here, you can actually train your client without using all the paper. If you all notice to the right-hand side, like of the TRX Reach with Rotation, we have this green clipboard. I click on the clipboard, and now I can document exactly what you did in the exercise, or you can document for me what you did if I wasn't there. I'll show you. First of all, the repetition range, it's a drop-down box. We went from 1 to 25. We figured in the gym world out on the floor, that's probably a good enough repetition range versus maybe a group exercise class. You might obviously be doing a lot more repetitions, especially if it's to the choreography of a song. But let's just say this was Neil's program and I sent it to Neil. So Neil did 11 reps. So I document 11 reps right there. And the weight in this particular example doesn't really doesn't work because it's obviously body weight, but I could document the weight if it was dumbbells, a machine, a barbell. You get kettlebell, you get the idea. So go with me. I probably didn't choose the best exercise for weight, but I'm going to type it in there and just say Neil had a 25-pound weight vest on when he did this. Okay. Now, for the sake of our time with our webinar right now, I'm not going to fill out the second set, but do want you guys all to know there are notes down here as well. So I can make some notes, whether, 9 repetitions look fantastic. The last 2, I had to give them some help, whatever it might have been. And I click log. When I click log, please notice for me, workout logged right up here at the very top. So now either Neil or I can look right here on the workouts tab. And when I go to the workouts tab, please notice the workout log right here. When I click workout log, this is going to document and replace that piece of paper if you don't want to use that anymore, that I know that Neil did 11 reps and he used a 25-pound weight vest when he did that first set. So now again, it keeps things super clean. So for our fitness managers out there, and you have a bunch of different trainers, and again, somebody might move to a different location or unfortunately somebody might leave, you guys all know on your club admin status, I can change a trainer or change the client to a new trainer with a click of a button, and it makes it super clean and everything is documented, okay? So one more thing. I wanna show you now, if I'm the trainer, what can I tell my client about doing such a great job? Now, please notice for me right up here, this is how easy it is now to get back into my program without having to enter in all my information. All I do is I click my top right-hand little icon, right? And I hope you all see it says exit proxy mode right there. When I click exit proxy mode, it's gonna bring me right back to my trainer account. See my stupid little profile picture? So now I'm right back in as a trainer. So I'm going to go ahead and come back down to administration, and I'm going to go back to members because I want to show you this as well. A lot of you have seen this, but just in case you haven't, this was a really big addition that we think would really make a difference with a client. Let me come down to Rob R. I'm going to click on my last icon again, and we'll see the back end of the program come up. And now as I scroll down, I can see my daily summary snapshot. Let's just say, though, I'm doing this for my clients of the day, and I want to see, and I go, wait a minute, I don't see any food logged here whatsoever. Or I don't really see any exercise logged, or they didn't even log that they took their multivitamin today. So I want to give them a little message to let them know that I'm kind of looking after this, right? So I come down here, and I'm going to find where it says coaching messages with the blue plus sign. I'm going to open that up. Now, we made a bunch of pre-canned messages, and we tried to cover the different topics of the food intake portion, the exercise portion, supplementation, and activity as best as we could. We tried to make one of them more of like the virtual high five, you're doing awesome, whereas the other one might be a little bit of a kick in the rear. And by the way, a lot of people have asked if they can create their own messages, and we might be able to do that in the future, but right now, if a lot of you can well imagine, because of kind of I guess how people behave sometimes, if we just open it up and people could type anything, we just don't want something inappropriate to happen and then who knows, put an end to all of it, right? So that's why we just kept them as pre-canned messages. And quick side note, if there is a message that is not in here that you think is very applicable, please email me and I'll make sure that we get that involved, all right? So now back to my client. He didn't log any food. So if you see right here, it says, great job with your food intake today versus let's make sure not to miss meals. I'm gonna click let's make sure not to miss meals. And then I come down here and I'm gonna post this. Now again, I don't know about you guys, but with the people that I worked with in the past as far as clients, this is what I always found. Like, wait a minute, who's taking over my screen there? Okay, this is what I always found. People find it easier to let themselves down versus letting somebody else down. I'm that way as well. I mean, I don't like to let myself down, but gosh, if you're relying on me, my fear of disappointing you outweighs my fear sometimes of my own success. Like, I don't want to let people down. So I just know that if Neil is my trainer and I know he's going to be looking at my program, and yeah, I can cheat and fudge things, but I don't have to go that far. But if I know it, I want him to tell me I did a great job. I'm going to do extra so I get that little, high five from him versus the fear of like, oh man, I let him down. I disappointed him. So take a look down here and you'll see my daily summary snapshot. And let's go right down to manage client proxy as. And we should see the love of doing things live. Thank gosh. When Rob R logs in, he sees a message from his favorite trainer and says, let's make sure not to miss meals. So hopefully, again, that might be something to put somebody over the edge of saying, you know what, I got to do this because, I know that they're looking after me and I don't want to let them down. All right. So going through the program itself, what I really wanted to highlight with you today was this, your bit.ly link. And again, you can find that right up here at the very top with that share button. I open that up. This allows me again to go ahead and email it to anybody I want and send it. I can also share down here on social media. Or again, you could do what Hope did and copy it and post it anywhere that you want to, and it'll always link back to you. So remember, you and your organization. Some of you are independent trainers, some of you work with clubs, you all have that ability. So use that bit.ly link to your best advantage. All right, now a couple more quick things if you don't mind, and then I'm gonna actually ask Neil to share with us a couple parting notes, but wanted to throw this at you, making sure you all realize, everybody on this call, if you're not involved with this yet for some reason, and maybe somebody passed you the link and you're not involved with us, everybody out there gets a 40% discount. You guys get the dotFIT employee rate. You get our rate at what we do with our own supplements, right? And a lot of you know we spend really no money when it comes down to it in outside marketing. Muscle magazines, that's not our target audience. We've always been a program, and a program administered by a professional. So with that being said, we go, you know what? If we can actually help the fitness professionals and they enjoy the product and they see the great results, we know you'll pass that on to your clients. So remember, you all get a 40% discount. Also, if any of you haven't used this before, I know we've kind of thrown this out there live a few times, but it's a one-time use and it's for only trainer accounts. But for listening again to the short fat bald guy today, here's a special code, special 25 with no spaces, that's going to give you an additional 25% off your normal 40% off for listening to the webinar today. All right. dotFIT rewards. This is so important to us that we actually have one of our vice presidents manually does this for us every single month by adding this. So if you guys are not taking advantage of this, please, something you got to do. All it is as simple as this. We need your manager to go ahead and let us know by the 15th of each month. We have a web link that's right on our website. If you don't know where it is, let me know, please. I'll make sure you get that link. That will automatically, you just enter that information in, and we did the first number as a minimum of $250. If you're getting your clients started with a minimum of $250 to $499, we're going to give you a $25 coupon code to use on our online store. Now remember, that's also $25 retail, but you got your 40% discount. And I'm not that good at math, but it comes out to be a heck of a lot more than $25. When we then go to $500 to $749, it's a $50 coupon. And it just keeps going on from there. We have some of you out there that I know are on this webinar that you guys get more product that you could even take in a month. And a lot of you have told us before, like Brian Woodford says, you know what? I give my clients a box of bars. I do this, I do that, because that way I've got it. They like it. They're way more apt to keep purchasing it from you. So dotFIT rewards. Guys, think of it this way. An active multivitamin, an omega-3, and a lean MR. Those 3 products, if you got 3 clients set up with those 3 products, that comes out retail to be around $260, and you're taking care, now you're gonna be getting your products for free. All right, so dotFIT rewards. Next thing, Neil's Ranch experience. And again, I know we have some of you on the call that have been out there before. I say out there because I'm in Florida and Neil in our corporate office is out in Southern California. And if you don't know about this, this is basically a weekend getaway to Neil's personal ranch. Neil has essentially a castle. It is a castle, and he will tell you about it. It's awesome. And I always say, you know what? Neil's worked his butt off his entire life. He deserves it. But we have a castle. We will bring you out for a day. Feed you like you've never been fed before, but really it's all about career enhancement. So we do quite a few things about roundtable discussions where you just bring every question you can ever think about, and really it's up to Neil and our team to be able to help you as best as we can. We go horseback riding, we play bocce ball, which I'm probably the worst player ever that goes out there, and we do all kinds of great things. But it's also in Southern California, so it gives you the opportunity to go play in Venice if you want. But we are going to be doing 3 of those this coming year. That's going to be open to everybody for all trainers. It's a competition. The clock is ticking right now. So who's going to be coming out to visit us at Neil's Ranch, coming up with the next ranch experience? We'll announce the dates really, really soon, but right now the clock is ticking. dotFIT Champions, our Facebook page. Frank Nash actually made this page for us. It's a private page. If you are not on it, please go ahead and make sure that you go ahead and apply to be on this page. We approve everybody. We've found this to be our best source of contact with all of you. Just because we have a regular Facebook page, we don't get anywhere near the contact that we do with this. So please make sure if you're not already a member at dotFIT Champions that you get on that as quickly as you can. All right. And then my last slide is just a thank you from all of us. This is kind of our team that deals with the field. We have so many more that work in our corporate office that we could never do what we do if it wasn't for them. I just didn't want to put everybody's pictures up, but that's all right there. So Neil, I am going to see if you're ready. Give me a moment so I can see if I can find where you are on my list. I see you right here, and we're going to unmute you. And I think you should be audible, and I can't see my camera, so I couldn't tell you if we can see yours, but hang on 1 second, and I'm going to see if I can put your camera on. But Neil, can you hear us out there by any chance?
I can hear you fine. Can you hear me?
I can hear you great.
Okay.
I can hear you great.
See me? Can you see me? I put start video on there.
Awesome. I can't see any camera, but I think we are good to go. So
can anybody see me out
wisdom,
there?
Neil, please.
Can anybody see me out there?
I saw from Casey, yes. So we're good to go. Thanks, Casey.
Rob always gets upset if they said you can't see me. Thanks. All right. Well, listen, first of all, Rob, quit calling yourself a short, fat guy, because you're not. Okay. You're the short part you got right, but you're in fantastic shape. You've done an amazing job this last year with all of that. But and speaking of last year, 2017, everybody, was an incredible year for us in strengthening the foundation that we have. You guys have all heard me say, there's no sense in giving exercise without nutrition. It's unacceptable not to have nutrition with exercise. It just compromises results. It compromises everything. And it also compromises the ability to play longer. So we spent so much time, and Rob especially, so much time on the new program and improving the exercise portion to make sure that you go in there and use the nutrition portion to its maximum and make it easier. And now that it's fully responsive, it is so much easier. And there's so many shortcuts and so many great things. So we spent all last year getting that done. And the other big part that all of us have worked on very hard, and especially Kat and myself, is the new certification. So the new certification, I know you all certified, you don't need to take it, but you're going to want to take it. It's about 4.5 hours, but it'll be launched in about another week or two. But it ties specifically to the new program, obviously. it is really amazing. The videos, you guys all know that I spent all last year and a half completely updating all of our formulas. And we've always had the best formulas in the world. No one can argue that. The highest support for them, practitioner product status. We've always had it, but the formulas now are to a whole different level, as you all know. Each one of them, they're different recommendations, everything based on the latest, greatest cutting edge science, not just the conservative science, because that doesn't always work, as you know. You've got to take it to the next level and also remain safe and healthy for everybody. In fact, even safer and healthier than ever before with all of the stuff that we're doing. So just amazing things happen in 2017. And we put just a lot of effort in there because, you know, I have one goal for all of you, and I know you all know that. Those of you who have been to the ranch with me, those who have seen me live, I have one goal. There's no reason in the world that all of you should be not making greater than 6 figures and have everything that you want. And the more tools that we give you, the better opportunity you have an altruistic vehicle to get that done. An altruistic vehicle because you're changing and saving people's lives by giving them that holistic solution that hopefully we're helping you hand that off. And it just opens up so many career opportunities for you as well, all the way around. So I just wanted to tell you that. I wanted to say happy 2018 is going to be amazing. We've had every amazing year. Every year has been better than the last for all of us, for, you know, certainly on the dotFIT side, hopefully for all of you, no matter whatever happened, you build on that for the next year, make it stronger. And we've got all the tools. It's just going to keep coming your way here. And as long as you apply them, great things are going to happen to you, your family, and of course, your clients and everything else. And on that note, I know some of you are trapped on the East Coast out there in some miserable weather. So hopefully you're all safe, but I just have to do this. So I can't see if you can see this, but so I am in my office. Okay. And this is the horrible weather we're having in Southern California right now. Let me walk outside just for a second. This is my veranda here. We're having, you know, we're down 3 degrees today. And there's my office here. So, I hate to do that to you guys, but I just had to do that. You guys be safe there on the East Coast, you know, and I can't wait to see you. So hopefully, and by the way, each one of our products has a new video. Those will all be launched as well. And I'll be doing a 5 to 10 minute thing on it. So you'll be able to send it to your clients. It's going to be fantastic. So it's just a great year ahead of us. And I can't tell you, you know, how great it is to just be able to see you guys in the field, and I'll be out there. So I'll either see you in the field or I'll see you in a video real soon. Thanks.
Yep. And hey, Neil, I knew I would forget something, and you jogged my memory. I have it waiting for us. Everybody, if you can still see the screen, this is our new certification. I'll tell you what, it is really, really cool. Look for this. I hate doing this because I hope it doesn't come back to bite me. It should actually be available next week at some point within. All of our content is loaded. All of our part is done. Now it's just in the hands of the developers and all that stuff. So we're not waiting to shoot anything. We've got it all right here. It's phenomenal. And one other thing I wanted to point out as well, some of you may have seen this, but if you have not, I think a lot of you realize we have a wonderful relationship with PT on the Net. And Neil and Kat actually did a 5-day free supplementation course on PT on the Net, and it's awesome. It's I asked Neil specifically, I was like, when you're making this and making our certification, can you please give us like I want some good science. I mean, I don't want to read the PDSRG every time, but I want some good science, but I also don't want it to be super simple. And they both delivered really, really well. I learned something new every single time I watch this stuff. So if you don't have a link to this, just email your dotFIT contact, whoever it is, and we'll make sure that we get that to you. And again, it's all about education and what can we do to pass it on, right?
And by one last note on that, the advantage to all of you here, because you're all dotFIT certified already, or I'm assuming most of you are, the new certification is going to cost. It's going to be a very nominal fee. It will not cost you guys anything. You guys are grandfathered in forever. It's just an amazing production. It's delivered through Lightspeed, who does, like, you know, General Motors, Ford Motor Company education for, you're going to see it, just an incredible production. And, you know, Rick Winter, the guy that did much of work, works for us as well, did so much of the videos, and Scott Lucette and everything else putting this whole thing together. So it is really just some first class stuff. And it's going to be a nominal fee. It's not going to be any more than $99 as it was before, but you guys do get it free. So you'll see some pretty amazing stuff in it, and it's worth it. And again, you guys, just to be able to go through it and see all the, because every one of the new products is updated in there. Where the old certification obviously doesn't even match the software anymore. So it's wide open to you guys.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, hey guys, I saw, and Berlinda, thank you so much. It looked like you were answering a bunch of questions out there that we had on the chat. But thank you all so much. If you have any questions, if you need anything, just let us know. I'm going to post this this webinar as well up onto our YouTube channel, and I'll make sure that the link is present on our dotFIT Champions Facebook page. So if you need anything, you know where to find us. Have an amazing January. This is, this is the tone setter right here. So thank you all so much, and take care. Have an awesome, awesome month.
We'll see you at the ranch.
Take care. Bye-bye.